contact tracing seems to be the buzzword right now. People are terrified to install the latest updates on their phones because they're afraid that this COVID-19 contact tracing thing is going to go into effect. And if you don't know what that is, it's a scenario where your phone tells you whether you've been in contact with someone with COVID-19. I have to tell you that almost everybody that I've talked to about this has been wrong about what it actually is. Contact tracing, for all intents and purposes, has been on your phone for many, many years, in many, many forms. And you've always, 100% of the time, had to opt into it. So, basically, this is how it works. I'll give you an example that's on your phone right now. There's a feature on Facebook called Where's My Friends? I think that's what it's called. Anyway, you'll get a notification. If you opted into it, you'll get a notification when you're near a friend. It says, hey, Joe Blow's over, nearby. Say hello, And you can look through your phone and see, for all the other people that opted into it, to let you know, you can see where they're at. Such and such is in Savannah, Georgia. Such and such is in Orlando. That's how it works. Something was put into iOS and Android via the code and the update that allows Facebook to develop an app to notify you when your friends are nearby. So it's many, many different layers of having to opt in. You have to opt into it through iOS, through a notification slider, and you have to opt into it through the app. So you'll get it, when you install the app, whatever, you get the notification that pops up. Do you want to allow Apple to, blah, 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 see your thing, control your ringer, dial your phone, whatever. These are all permissions that you give your phone. And you don't think anything of it, ever. In fact, a lot of apps won't even work if you deny permissions. So that's what contact tracing is. And this one is no different. There's going to be a permission built into an upcoming iOS update that allows apps that are developed by developers, like health apps, notification apps, whatever, to work with iOS to give you notifications about COVID-19 exposure. You will have to opt into it with your phone. You will have to download the app, a compatible app. You will have to give that app all the permissions that it wants to notify you. And only then will it do that. There's no baked in thing that's not optional. You have to opt into it many, many times. So if anybody tells you this is coming and you're not going to be able to opt out of it and whatever, they don't know what they're talking about because they didn't read the build log. And I guarantee they don't know that this already goes on their phone many, many times. I don't know if you have Yelp. Yelp is a good example. You download the Yelp app. Yelp app integration is baked into iOS. So if you opt in to notifications from Yelp, you opt into all the permissions that the Yelp app requires. When you're driving around, a lot of times Yelp will pop up and say, hey, you're near a restaurant you might like. How does it know that? Well, it knows that because I gave it the permission to know that because I think that's relevant information. And some people might think being near someone with COVID-19 is relevant information. I don't know. I don't think it's relevant, but some people might. The other thing is, too, the people who... the way these apps are going to be set up, these health notification apps, the person who has COVID has to opt in to let other people know that they have COVID. So they have to opt in to let people know. I have to opt in to be notified that I'm near them. And all this is done anonymously through tokens that expire after 2 weeks. They're all anonymous, whatever. Your phone is assigned a certain whatever. Via Bluetooth, the other phone is notified like, hey, this person has COVID, but no information other than that you both have opted into gets exchanged. It's all completely anonymous. So, next time somebody tells you it's government overreach and it's New World Order, whatever, it's not. It's been in your phone for years. It's just one new, part of it because COVID-19 apparently is a brand new thing and everybody's flipped out about it and whatever. If you don't give your phone permission and you don't download the app, you have nothing to worry about. Contact tracing shouldn't even be on your radar because apparently it's never bothered you before in the millions of ways it's on your phone, so why should it bother you now? It's the same exact thing. So anyway, I just keep hearing about it and it's like, man, I mean, and I understand a lot of people can't make heads or tails of build logs and whatever. This is why I made this information, just because that way and you can explain it to people who are legitimately freaked out about it, because it's really not anything they're not living with now. If you have Facebook, you're already in the thick of being tracked and logged and spied on and whatever. So if you're really worried about it, delete Facebook from your phone. That would be a good first step, and then you can slowly go back to a landline, because that's what it's going to take to not get spied on. But anyway, hope everyone has a good day. Stay safe.